Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Fife Property Update. And this evening, we are going to be talking about the property market in Fife across the last week, and that is from just the past week, from the 5th of June up until yesterday, which was the 11th of June. So, why do we talk about the property update and why do we look at this? It's a good way to analyse the market and just to see where we are in general. That also allows us to look at all the information and the facts and allow a better forecast of how things are with the current property market. Now, the weekly rundown, we will be looking at what's driving the Fife property market, and that includes recent listings by all agents in Fife. We'll look at sales, and we will also look at what is coming soon. I'm going to run through that, and then a wee bit later I'm going to touch on shows that are coming up, and also the Well Creation show, which is tomorrow at 12:30, which I will be running alongside with Karen Marshall. That'll be a good one tomorrow, so I'll cover a wee bit about that just in a second. But let's have a look at the market over the last week. Sales that have been done in each area throughout Fife, and that is not just with Fife Properties, but with all agents. So you'll see there that it's been broken down into area. So the week beginning from the 5th up until yesterday, which was the 11th, Cooper, we have had 9 properties instructed and 8 of those were sold. And then you'll see in the East Nuke, 7 properties instructed with 5 of those sold. St Andrews, quite a lot of activity, 12 properties instructed and 10 sold. And in the Leadenmouth area, 9 instructed, which is down slightly, but 11 that have sold. And in Dunfermline, you've got 13 with 10 sold. Glenoffice has been a really busy market at the moment in Glenoffice. 34 properties instructed, 37 sold. Seen a lot of activity there, and likewise in Kirkcaldy as well. We have 41 properties instructed, and there have been 21 sold. Now that's all agents across Fife broken down there, and it's good to know those figures. Like I say, it's just a better way of having all the information and the correct facts. Helps you analyse how the market is, whether you're a buyer, a seller, landlord or investor even. So total number of properties across Fife, 125 instructed and 102 sold. Now let's have a look at what has actually sold. First property I come to here is 187 Taylor Street. Now this property was sold in 2 weeks. It's a 3-bedroom upper apartment. Now this new owner is actually an investor, landlord. She's delighted with this property. It's a really nice property. And as you can see there, it was only on for 2 weeks, but that will make a really good investment for her. And she's looking forward to completing on that and then having it put on the market for let and tenants lined up fairly quickly, I would imagine. Next property we have now number 8, Cooper Mills, Millgate and Cooper. Now this one was sold just in 1 week. This one was quite popular. One other person missed out on this one, unfortunately, but 2-bedroom upper apartment. This one has been sold to someone who's looking forward to enjoying life in the town of Cooper. They're going to live in that property, although this was a previous rental, quite a good one as well. But that was a quick sale, and it was sold in 1 week, as you can see. Let's move. Next one we have is Douglas Road, number 51 Douglas Road in Glenoffice. That was sold in just in 2 weeks. That was a really nice little apartment. It's a 2-bed upper apartment, and the new owners are thrilled with that one as well. And that was quite a popular property on the market, as you can see again, sold in 2 weeks. Now this one is 48 Cooper Road in Guardbridge. This is a 2-bedroom upper apartment again. The new owner is going to be thrilled with this one. They are going to be really happy in here. Again, obviously trend in the market at the moment, but the property was sold in 1 week, and it was really popular as well. This one is a really nice property. Lendrum Cottage, South Street in Falkland. You'll know obviously Falkland is quite a desirable area. It has generated quite a lot of interest, this one. And it sold in 3 weeks with other interested buyers. Obviously, they lost out on the property, unfortunately, but it's because of the popularity of the property they did lose out. But it was a 4-bed cottage. South Street in Falkland's very popular. And the new owners, they will be looking forward to a nice new property in the countryside. You can see the amazing views in the background of this one, which is the Lomond Hills. Falkland is a very popular and sought after area, so I'm not surprised this one went so quickly and had people unfortunately missing out on this one. It could only be sold to one buyer though, so that is fortunately how it goes, but really good property and quite a lot of interest. Now, Ulana Main Road, Arncroach and Anstruther. Now, this one was a 3-bed cottage, extremely popular, sold in 4 days. This is going to be a new family home for somebody. They are going to love that. This is a very popular area. Anstruther, obviously, it is part of the East Nuke and will generate quite a lot of interest, as you would imagine. And the turnaround on that one was extremely quick. This one here is Roger Street in Cellardyke. Roger Street is just up from the harbour in Cellardyke, around the corner from the new development Silverdykes, and very popular with direct access down into the harbour and obviously the Fife coastal route and things. Cellardyke, Anstruther, as you're probably aware, in East Nuke is a very popular area. This one, 2 weeks it took to get to sold, although that is not a long period of time. It's a 5-bedroom terraced house, and the new owners will be looking to move into this one. They have got that as their new forever home. They will be delighted with that. And this had quite a lot. This had quite a few offers on it, actually, as you would expect for the area. So that is just a bit of a rundown of what has been sold in the area of Fife, and that's only in the last 7 days, guys. So a lot of activity, as you can see by all agents throughout Fife, and then these sales that were done by ourselves. Now, property that's coming soon. Now, there is a few interesting ones that are coming on. Warwick Close in Lookers, which is a 3-bedroom semi-detached house. That will be coming to the market soon, and I would imagine will generate quite a fair bit of interest. Lookers obviously just been round the coast from St Andrews and right next to Garbridge. That's a brilliant location and will have a lot of interest for that. There is also Mavis Bank in Buckhaven. This is a 2-bedroom semi-detached property that's coming to the market. This one will be an ideal investment property, I think. It'll be quite a good one. 2-bedroom semi-detached, 2 3-bedroom houses are quite popular at the moment. Although flats are popular as well, I think, from an investment point of view. So watch out for Mavis Bank if you're a landlord and investor. It's worth having a look at that one. And then we have a 4-bedroom semi-detached bungalow, Balcomie Road in Crail. Crail's very popular as well, obviously being part of the East Nuke and up at that top northeast corner of Fife, just round from St Andrews itself. So 4-bedroom, and especially a 4-bedroom semi-detached bungalow, will generate quite a lot of interest. So look out for that one coming up. Station Road in Windigate's 2-bedroom apartment, again, might be a good investment property for landlords and investors that are looking. It's good to, as I say, the purpose of doing this today is to get an idea of the facts and all the information and familiarise yourself with what's happening in the market. If, as you may know, I obviously do lettings and property investment and help investors. And in order to pick up good investment opportunities, you need to have your finger on the pulse with what's going on in the market and keeping an eye on these things. If you're tuning into this on a Sunday with myself or either Jim, as it usually is, he will be pitching what's coming soon to the market. And if you're tuning into that, then you'll know like this property is coming up. And feel free to speak to us and say, obviously, this one's coming soon. I think it might be a good investment property. And then we'd be able to obviously then start a conversation from there about potentially having you look at that as an investment property, and it's probably not even on the market yet. This is the best way to try and property source. And property sourcing is something that we're going to cover in the Wealth Creation Show tomorrow at 12:30. I'm going to talk about that just a wee bit in a minute, but that's another thing to keep an eye on and follow if you are a landlord investor and looking to invest in the Fife area. So yeah, Station Road and Windygate's 2-bedroom apartment. Keep an eye out for that one as well. And then Douglas Road, we have a commercial unit in Douglas Road in Leslie as well, which is coming to the market. So keep an eye out for that if you're in the market for a commercial premises in the Leslie Glen office area, because that will be coming soon. So yeah, now I spoke about the Wealth Creation Show, which will be tomorrow at 12:30. That will be hosted by myself and Karen Marshall tomorrow. We have looked at opportunity costs, we've looked at risk analysis, we've looked at sensitivity analysis, and we have looked at all these factors that you need to take into consideration and look at the numbers and make sure things work, and you've made sure that you've done your due diligence to risk assess your investment and make sure that you're prepared for the eventuality of maybe changes in the interest rates and things like that that will have effect on your investment, and that your investment could stand the test of time if you are in the market to have a long-term buy-to-let investment. You need to obviously do these risk analysis and sensitivity analysis to make sure that your investment is going to be safe. So tomorrow on the Wealth Creation Show at 12:30, we are going to be talking about property sourcing, and I just thought it'd be a good topic to cover. I've got Karen on the show. Karen's our letting agent. She has really got her finger on the pulse of what areas are good, what properties are good in these areas, what kind of rentals we could achieve, and how they will perform as buy-to-let investments. So it'll be good for her and I to have a chat about and look at the market and look at what's on the market and look at what are potentially good investments at the moment, and how best to, on your own as a landlord and investor, look at the market and look at the websites and have a consideration of what may be a good investment for you, depending on what your individual plan is as a buy-to-let investor. So yeah, tune in tomorrow 12:30 for the Wealth Creation Show. Also tomorrow, Jim and Perry, they will be going over what was the average Fife house price in 1952. That'll be quite a good one. I think just obviously with all the talk, all the news with the Jubilee and things, and looking back, obviously, which was the Queen back in the 50s, looking at the comparison of the property market now compared to back in the 50s. So they will do a full rundown of that, and they will be able to have a chat and speak live any questions and things, as well we will in the Wealth Creation Show. And also, if you had a chance yesterday to catch the Fife Property show, which was myself and Charlotte, we done number crunching and looked at yields and the essential guide to rental yields, which was quite a good rundown of how to, again, obviously make sure the numbers work and see if an investment is viable for yourself. So that was quite a good one yesterday. So please look for the rerun of that. You'll get the reruns on them all in the on our YouTube channel or on our social media pages. So yeah, tune in tomorrow for the Wealth Creation Show, and you'll also catch Jim and Perry with the looking back at house prices in 1952. Properties that have completed this week, we have had we've got a 2-bed house in 46 Skeith Road in Cellardykes. Skeith Road is part of the Silverdykes development. Again, a very popular area for property. This property we ended up selling. It was an off-market deal, as the property was probably picked up through our pre-portal launch, and as it didn't make it to the portal, so that's where it was picked up. So the new owner is still with that. That's going to be a new family home. So that's one that's completed as well. And 23 Brayhead in St Monans, it was a 4-bedroom end terrace property, and it was sold rather quickly. It was 4 days. It went for around about 14% over the home report, which is quite good. Again, having people miss out on that because it was so popular. Again, it's going to be a family home, and they are over the moon with that. So that is one that we have completed on in the last week as well. So you can see that there's still quite a lot of activity in the market. There's still quite a lot of property to come onto the market. keep an eye on things that are coming soon. It will really benefit you quite a lot if you are a potential buyer, and obviously finding it's difficult to find property at the moment. And as soon as something comes to the market, we have got a lot of people coming to us and saying, as soon as something goes on, I don't even get a chance because there's so much attention on each listing that's coming on. So stay ahead of the game if you follow our social media platforms and look out for the pre-portals that we do on properties that are coming to the market. If you follow and get the live notifications, then you can message through. As you can see there, 46 Keith Road was sold through a pre-portal launch. And it was sold before it even actually hit the open market. So that's a good way to do that. Also tune in to this property market update, either with myself or Jim, and we will run down what's coming soon to the market. As I say, I've just highlighted a couple of potential good investment properties, or if there's property, maybe if you're looking for a family home in Crail or even the Lookers area, then there's a 3 and a 4 bedroom property coming up there. They would be ideal family homes. And again, obviously there's commercial units and things there as well. But yeah, definitely keep an eye on what we put out there in terms of the property coming to the market, and follow our social media pages, because there's always a lot of content on there, and the ability to pick up on things and get ahead of the game rather than just keeping an eye on the portals, although I would advise doing that as well. Rightmove's maybe not always the best one in comparison to maybe Zoopla. Zoopla does list a lot of property that won't show on Rightmove in terms of ones that come through solicitors and things that might be unfortunately deceased estates and sales that are similar to that. A lot of smaller agencies and solicitors and things don't have the ability or the ability to pay for the advertising on Rightmove, as it is quite expensive. So you will find them on Zoopla. So Zoopla is quite a good search engine to go through. But definitely keep an eye on social media, our social media pages for pre-portal launches of properties coming soon. So remember, guys, tomorrow at 12:30, the Wealth Creation Show, property sourcing with myself and Karen Marshall. That'll be a good one for all your landlord investors that are looking at property to add to their portfolio, or looking for their first or even just their next purchase for their buy-to-let portfolio. Please join into that. That will be very interactive. You could ask questions on that live. You can always message me afterwards if you're watching the rerun and have a chat about potential investment properties and any investment strategies that you want tips and advice on. And again, we have our other shows running, which will be with Jim and Perry, and then of course we have next week's show as well, and you will do the rundown next Sunday with Jim. But thanks for tuning in today, guys. That is the property market update. Any questions, please feel free to drop a comment in the comments box and I will come back to you. Or you can message me direct on social media and I will come back with an answer as soon as I can. And that's the rundown for this last week, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Richard for Fife Properties.